Welcome to Broadway's Calling, where we ask your favorite Broadway stars where they were when they first got the call to be on Broadway. This week, my very, very special guest is Miss Jen Sanchez. Jen is a veteran of not one, not two, not three, but 8 Broadway shows, including Rose Tattoo with Marissa Tomei and Pretty Woman. Of course, Ghost, which we got to do together, and Spider-Man, Woman on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, and the 2010 revival of West Side Story, as well as On Your Feet and Sunday in the Park with Jake Gyllenhaal. Actually, Sunday in the Park with George, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. That's him up on the top photobombing. And we have to ask Jen, what is the story behind Jake Gyllenhaal photobombing her picture when she gets here? Jen Sanchez is a triple threat, but she's also added composer to her resume. And she jumped in to help lift the spirits of New York and Broadway. And how she did that was she released her new song, Heartbeat. And we're going to feature that video starring some of Broadway's finest dancers. And I can't wait for you all to see it. We will show that later in the program. Now, as we wrap up our very first year of Broadway's Calling, we have been giving the spotlight to some of Broadway artists who have taken their creativity to new heights during the pandemic. If you saw our show a couple of weeks ago, we had Josh Breckenridge, and in fact, his new album, Monotony, is on vinyl this weekend. It just came out, so that's very exciting. But also we have Jen today with her guitar. And on July 11th, we will welcome the star of Wicked and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, among others, Mike Wartella. He's going to showcase his new music. Now, you can catch Mike in one of the first shows at 54 Below, live and in person, July 5th. So you can have a great Independence Day and then hop on over to see Mike's show and tell us how it was. Now, speaking of live and in person, so are we. Broadway's Calling is live. We're coming at you right now, and anything can happen. So we have our tech producer, Julie Garnier, to help us out of any tech jams. Hi, Julie. So, Julie, what? Wait a minute. She's already gone. Wait a minute. That was a Julie Garnier Broadway's Calling drive-by. But she's really here. Now, in the last year, we have had over 50 Broadway stars share their Broadway's Calling stories with us. And they're all on our Broadway's Calling channel on YouTube. And so you can see Glenn Close and Wayne Brady, Donna Murphy, Christy Altomare, Ben Fankhauser, Lilius White, Pee Wee Herman, David Hyde Pierce, and Laura Benanti. I mean, there's a lot of people over there. You got to go check it out. And I still have such a long list of stars that I want to bring onto the show to share their story with you. But our first year anniversary show will not only celebrate creating the show out of the lockdown when all I had was a ring light and a dream, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I still got it. Hello, ring light. Hello, Lens. Y'all, lockdown, it was lonely, but I had my ring light. Oh, I just want to tell you real quick. It's like I was doing a self-tape and I had to do a scene with somebody. I had 2 ring lights. I was playing to the ring light because I really felt like it was a real person. It was like Wilson in Castaway. But enough about my therapy. But in our 1-year show, we're going to focus on what the stars have been up to during this pandemic. Because, y'all, I've gotten text messages about COVID, cohabitations, lockdown lovers, and of course, pandemic pups. And if you have watched our show, you know that Andrea from Broadway Bites, she even has a pandemic pup called Jack's son. Jack Son. I think it's 2 X's in there because, you know, he's extra special. Well, we've even had stories of stars going through the rigorous COVID testing just to film something. But one of my favorite stories was one of our celebrities telling me about having to sing live, which was exciting, but it was in a parking lot on the back of a pickup truck. Y'all, baby, these are desperate times, and we had to do some of everything to keep alive, to keep creative, and to keep doing our art. But it was happening, and there's more coming up, which is very, very exciting. So we will tell you where all of the stars are 1 year later on our 1 year anniversary show on Sunday, July 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if there's a star who has been on the show and you want to ask a question, just be sure to drop me a line on our website at info@Broadway'sCallingTV.com. That's right, info@Broadway'sCallingTV.com. You know why? Because I'm an optimist about year 2. We'll be on TV. It'll be, hello, NBC calling. Hello, NBC. Hello, CBS calling. Hello, CBS. Hello, cable access calling. I'll take it wherever. Now, if you're new to our show, please subscribe and join the Broadway's Calling family, because wherever we end up, whether it's NBC, CBS, Dream, or cable access, it will be because of all of you guys who have been watching. And don't forget to click that bell. Click the bell, click the bell, click the bell. I don't know where that song came from, but it just came out of my head because it is free. It is free, and you will get a nice reminder of our upcoming anniversary show and any other shows that will be coming on every Sunday at 6. Now, if you're watching over on the Facebook, share us. Tell people to come watch the show, because we got Jen Sanchez coming on. And if you know Jen from any of the shows or any of her music, you know she is a hoot. And theater lovers, we can have a big old party here, a big old celebration on July 25th if you just share and tell everybody that this is where you want to be. Now, Jen Sanchez and I met during the Broadway production of Ghost. And now, while our paths have yet to cross in another Broadway show, we seem to run into each other everywhere, all over the city. She's full of joy, whether she's appearing in a drama, appearing in a comedy, or hanging as a Rockney in Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Well, here she is, though, in one of our most classic musicals as the naive friend of Tony winner Karen Olivo in the 2010 revival of West Side Story.
Of people in each room. Automobile in America, steel in America, oil for wind in America, very big deal in America. I'll drive a Buick to San Juan. If there's a road you can drive on, I'll give my cousins a free ride. You get all of them inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, Broadway's calling Jennifer Sanchez.
Hi! Oh
Hey,
my gosh!
How are you? Did that take you back?
Oh. Oh my gosh. I remember I was so nervous because that was the first television show I'd ever done in my life.
Oh my
And I
God.
was really nervous. And you know, Karen, she talked me down. She was just like, Jen, there are people starving in the world. There are serious things happening. We're going to go sing the song that we know from our show on this little TV show.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Did you get to talk to David Letterman?
No, but you know, it's an ice box in there. And I remember like you rehearse without the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And so you rehearse in an empty room and it was live. It wasn't canned. That was our singing live right there.
Right.
So it's all you get was ba da 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 da. I just changed the keys for my voice right now.
Right.
Puerto Rico.
There you go. Sounds gorgeous in any key.
Oh, but I remember there was like all this applause. You know, there's like, welcome, you know, West Side Story, and there was all this applause. And then once all the bodies in the theater get in there, the sound changes dramatically. I remember all I heard was and I was nervous, and all I heard was literally the last note.
Oh my
God. And I remember thinking, I was like, I couldn't hear that because it's just a quiet little, it's a very delicate, sexy introduction. But I almost blew it. But guess what? Just like Brandy says, almost doesn't count. So.
But you nailed it. You nailed it on your debut, you know, on your television debut. And wait, so now you're not from New York, right?
I'm from New Mexico.
You are?
Yeah.
I thought you were from New Mexico because I was like, she's from out west. Now, how does a girl from New Mexico get all the way to Broadway?
It's called credit card debt. Just kidding. I was like, charge it, darling. No,
that's the way to do it. You right?
Yeah, I went to school. I went to school for musical theater. I went to Oklahoma City University.
All right.
And then I came out to New York and, you know, sat waiting to get into all these auditions. Back then, I didn't have, you know, showcase or an agent. I didn't have a union card, all those things. At the time, like, you couldn't even use the bathroom at McDonald's. You couldn't use the equity bathroom. So you'd have to, like, try to, like, I don't know, get a hash brown to go use the bathroom at the McDonald's in Times Square. That's, and you'd be on.
Did you use your credit card to buy the hash brown?
For everything.
For everything. For everything.
Sadly. But, you know, I didn't, you know, you have to sign up and you make all these wonderful friends that I still have to this day. I have those friends who we would like sign up. We would go at 6 a.m. and put up the non-union unofficial list to try to audition for all these shows, regional shows, Broadway shows, tours, any kind of show. Like, it didn't matter if I wasn't right for it. If they were like, it's a men's call. I'd be like, well, I'm here. Can I just, no? Okay. Thank you. Like, I was just like, you're just at literally anything, any place that you could get seen, any place that would take you. So,
oh my goodness. So now where were you when you actually got the call to be in a Broadway show?
Well, I was at the 99-cent store.
Okay.
On 23rd Street. Because we had auditioned in Chelsea Studios. Rest in peace. R.I.P.
Gone.
I know, that's crazy. Wow. I had auditioned in Chelsea Studios, and my son was with me for the audition because I did not have any money for a babysitter. So he came with me to the audition and the callback, sat out in the hall. He's an angel.
How old was he then?
I think he was 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
and it was summertime, so he wasn't in school.
Mhm.
And he had been such a little angel. I said, finish the call back.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, you were so good, just like I promised. I'm going to take you to the 99-cent store and get you whatever toy you want.
Right.
So we went, and he was in there picking out a toy, and I got a phone call. This is like 20 minutes after the callback.
What?
This never happens.
Right, exactly.
Well, it was from an open call, which is how I got the show, because I didn't have an equity card, and I could not get in for auditions.
Right.
If you don't have your card, you don't have an agent.
It's tough.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we were at the 99-cent store, and they called and said to me, I don't think it was Paul. It might have been Paul Hart, but it might have been Stuart. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I think it was Stuart. And he calls me and he goes, hi, this is Stuart from casting. And we want to tell you, you didn't get the job, but we have some great feedback for you if you're open to receiving it.
Mhm.
And I said, absolutely. Please let me know. I'm so happy to get the feedback. Thank you for calling me. And he goes, haha, just kidding. You're the next Rosalia on Broadway.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's so mean, but what a cool way to find out that you're going to make your Broadway debut.
So I burst into tears, of course.
Mhm.
And then my son is like, Ma, okay. Ma, okay, she's crying.
Yeah.
I'm like crying. I'm like, thank you. What? And I remember he was like, and don't you? He was so funny. He was so funny. But Jared didn't say a word to me. He just was like, okay, Mom's going through something. And he just reached into my purse, got out the money, and took himself up to the counter and checked himself out and bought him his little dart set, like with the bullseye, the dart with the bullseye.
Yeah. Yeah.
He bought the little dart with the bullseye, and I just stayed there. And then Jared walked me home. He's like, we're going home.
I mean, did you feel like, you were going from 0 to 60 because there you were. That's how you got your equity card as well?
Yeah.
In a Broadway show. You got your equity card. Broadway show. Original cast.
Everything.
Singing one of the most famous songs.
I didn't have an agent. I didn't have anything.
Wow.
I had $1.
$1.
$1.
And so did it change your life in a significant way?
Well, it gave me my career.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a career because of Arthur Lawrence, because of the whole team. That's why. Right. Absolutely. It was, it's like the crack in the door that you need to somebody to, you're knocking on who knows what doors, and I was probably knocking on trees. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just like, anybody out there? Can I get in? No? Okay.
Right.
I even had an audition for agents before this, because I was like, well, maybe if I get an agent. And I had an audition for an agent, and I sang America from West Side Story. This was before the revival was announced. I was just like, oh, that'll be like a nice up-tempo back that shows the belt. And the agent told me, you don't really seem to know your type. You sound too strident. We're going to pass. That's not the kind of music you should be picking, because they're like, we see you as more whatever they thought. So it was crazy. That's crazy.
Well, what did they know? Because you went on to co-star with some of the greatest people in the musical theater, and also straight theater as well. There are some people that I'm sure everyone out there will recognize, but because you've actually worked with them, I thought it would be fun, because we can't do all of your shows in the little time we have, but if we can do a speed round, I will throw out the person's name who's in the show, and you just give a one-word memory or description of them. You ready? Okay. Marissa Tomei from The Rose Tattoo.
Oh, just one word? Okay. Stunning.
Nice.
Committed, generous. Okay, go ahead.
Laura Benanti from Woman on the Verge.
Hilarious. Star. Okay, I'm cheating.
Okay, Brian Stokes Mitchell from Women on the Verge.
Oh, dreaming.
Okay, Danny Burstein from Woman on the Verge.
Mensch.
And most people, even Julie, didn't recognize Danny with that blonde wig on. He was so hysterical.
He
at
was
that part.
so funny. He sang this song, "Give me the nipple every day. I'm gonna taste it." He's the best. The
So good.
best.
Now, I mean, a lot of people from Woman on the Verge, but there were so many stars in that. You
the whole
know,
cast.
Nico Lanzaro. I mean, there were so many people. But of course, I have to ask you what it was like, and how would you describe the great Patti LuPone?
Oh my gosh. Like, I was so like overwhelmed and intimidated around her, but
Mhm.
she was just so funny and like just amazing. Like incredible. Like you can't even believe. You can't believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So unbelievable would be her word.
Yes.
Now you
Yes.
got to yes.
I was like, is this real life? I was like,
This is real life. This is like
I
Patti
was
LuPone.
like,
Oh my God.
don't tell anyone. Because that was my second show. So I was just like, what's that story? Then I was like, wait, what?
19 stars in your next show.
And I
but
got
you-
to understudy Laura, and I got to go on for her.
Oh, you
And
did
it
with
was a
the
short
model
one.
behavior
Mhm.
song?
I sure did.
Do you remember all those lyrics still?
Most of them, because it's so funny. Because David Yazbek is a genius.
Oh my, he really is. All I remember is my name is Pippa, and then
Papa,
yeah,
it's me again. Why don't you picking up the phone? I think my brain is gonna melt if I don't talk to you. I've got a problem in the shower, and I've only got a minute. Because the problem in the shower is the guy that I'm dating named Malik. He's what's the word swarthy like a desert chic. I mean, who comes up with that kind of lyric?
I know.
David.
I know. David
you haven't
Yazbek.
called me in a while. Hello, I'm available now, Dave. My schedule's opened up.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I love it. Well, there was a time, though, you were very busy in a show that I loved, and it was the life story of one of our greatest entertainers, and I know you got to meet her. So give me one word to describe Gloria Estefan.
Reina.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Queen.
She is La Reina. Absolutely.
La reina.
Just,
Del todo.
oh my goodness.
Del
Well,
mundo. I mean,
I love like her voice. I loved her story. And Anna, who played her, was just so good. And it's funny because I have Cuban ancestry, but I don't know anything about the culture because we didn't grow up with it because, you know, when my grandmother was growing up, it was like, you know, don't speak Spanish, don't tell people you're Cuban and things like that. It was, you know, it was easy for her to just sort of like melt into like the Black culture. So we didn't know anything about that. And I didn't even find out that it was definitely Cuban until I went on Ancestry.com. And then I found all of this information about her father, which we used to call Mr. Favor. That we'd hear stories about Mr. Favor, but really it's Senor Favor was his name. And it says he's from Cuba and everything. And we're like, oh, okay. But again, we missed
so much
all of
of
it.
the history. So much of the history is hidden.
Yeah.
And was just hidden, or I don't want to say suppressed because a lot of the people in my family was everyone assimilate,
yeah.
Be more American than any American,
right?
So it's like this great unearthing, I think now.
Yes, there's
more embracing of the culture, and it's a beautiful thing.
And it makes us more interesting the more that we find out that, you know, like my friend Carolyn Maylard from Sweet Honey in the Rock would say, Lance, you are too many things. No, you are 12 many things. And it's like, I love that because the more we talk to people, and I'm not just talking about obviously ethnic people, even Caucasian people, they're not just white. Most times you find out they're Czech and Polish and Italian. I mean, you know, there's so many flavors in each one of us. And I find it thrilling, you know, to share all of those things. I like to say I'm a culturist because I love, you know, I grew up in Harlem. I love, you know, being Black and, you know, I don't know about the Cuban side, but that's cool too, you know, or my grandfather's Scottish and Irish, and that's all cool. It's like we get to be the tossed salad, you know, where these different flavors come together and they hold on to their properties, but they still, when they come together, create something fantastic. And so that's why I love sharing about all of it. And you had said that there was assimilation in your family. Like, what ethnic heritage are your ancestors?
So I'm very mixed as well.
Right.
I have a lot.
We're in the Americas. Everyone's mixed in the Americas.
They are, and everybody has their story wherever you're from.
Right.
And I think that the stories are interesting. So I'm going to start with the thing that you would not expect me to have any part of me. My father and his father, so my grandfather, are both Air Force and Army. The we came from a military family.
Right.
So he was stationed in Tokyo, where he met his wife, my grandmother, who unfortunately passed away before I ever got to meet her, who was half Japanese.
Whoa, look at you.
So no one would ever be like, oh,
right.
You have some Japanese. We actually did live in Okinawa, though, for a little bit. We were stationed there. My mother and my father, the rest of it comes down to Mexican, Native American, and Spanish from Spain.
Wow. Look at that.
And German, because my great grandmother on my mother's side was adopted from Germany. So she was like güera. She was like blonde hair, blue eyes, spoke only Spanish.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, you can celebrate all of the continents. You're right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my goodness. Well, we have some celebration here because I was a little excited, of course, because you're in On Your Feet with La Reina, Gloria Estefan. But Andrea Boyer, who does our Broadway Bites section, she wanted to celebrate you and your cast from On Your Beat with a little Cuban flair. So she came up with a dish. And Andrea, why don't you come join us and tell us your little surprise.
Hi.
This is Andrea Boyer from Broadway Bites.
Hi, Jen. Oh my gosh. I truly enjoyed On Your Feet. And of course, I think Gloria is La Reina as well.
Yes. I'm so glad you liked the show too, because it's her story, you know?
It was beautiful.
It's her life story. It's amazing.
It was emotional, yet I wanted to dance, and then I wanted to cry, and I was like, oh, everything.
Yeah.
Loved it. But Lance always tells us about these potlucks that happen behind the scenes.
I miss potlucks.
So I need to know what kind of potlucks happened behind On Your Feet. Like, can you share something with us?
Yes, all the time.
I love the eyes.
Well, because we got put on. Some people got put on notice because we were enjoying our food too much.
Oh, wait, you couldn't fit into your costume or something?
We got put on notice. We were like, okay, no more like arroz y frijoles y candule, like all the time.
Yummy.
Like, and I don't eat meat, so I'm like the vegetarian version. But the kind of cooking that the cast did. Oh, I have cravings right now just thinking about it. Seriously, Martin, do you guys know Martin Sola?
Mm-mm.
He's like a major, he's like a chef level. Ooh. He actually, we're like on his text thread still, and he still sends us these pictures of all these things he does, like gourmet, like everything. But yeah, it was so major.
Oh my goodness. Well, Andrea, she was inspired to make a certain dish, and
it's one of my favorite desserts, actually, and it's arroz con leche.
Oh, it's my favorite. My grandmother made that every week.
Oh my goodness. Well, you'll have to share if there was something that was different or a different topping or what other kind of fun stuff. So once everybody sees the video, I hope you enjoy it. And then under the comments, let me know if you would have done something different or added something or make it your own. Because you know what? Sometimes you take a food item from any part of the country and you revamp it, right? So
yes.
So let's see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, let's check it out.
Hay que hacer arroz con leche. Rice pudding. It's very easy. Let's do it. So you're gonna need a 2 or 3 quart saucepan, and you're gonna place half a cup of small grain rice. Just pour it in, and 2 cups of water. Now you're going to add lemon rind, fresh lemon rind. Just peel it like so. A real cinnamon stick, and just a pinch of salt. So now that we have all the ingredients in the saucepan, we're gonna take it over to the stove and cook on medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes. Making sure that the water has been fully absorbed and that the rice is soft. This looks like it's ready. And you're gonna dig out the lemon peel, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a whole can of sweetened condensed milk. Yummy. Go ahead and mix the sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna add 2 cups of milk. You can use whole milk, low-fat milk, or skim milk. I'm using low-fat. And we're gonna put it back on the stove, and we're gonna cook it for about another 30 minutes under medium-low heat. All right, back you go.
If I could reach higher, just for one moment touch the sky, from that one moment in my life.
You want to remove the cinnamon stick. It's delicious. And now we want to garnish this with some fresh ground cinnamon. I like a lot of cinnamon, but I won't go too crazy. Incredible, yummy raisins. Now these are optional because not everybody likes them, but I do. Now it's time to chill. You can put this in the refrigerator for 2 to 4 hours, and then you can enjoy. Hasta luego.
On your feet, stand up and take some action.
Oh,
Dude,
my
that looks so good.
First of all, if she never needs a sous chef in that amazing kitchen,
I know.
and those little pumps when she started dancing with them, I was just like, yes, get it. First of all, that looks so delicious, and the way that we make it, that my grandmother used to make it, is so similar. We didn't put lemon rind ever,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
there
that
were
was new to me.
I bet it's really good.
I wonder if we might have to ask Andrea, because I don't know if she got that because she grew up in Mexico City. I don't know if she got that from her
Oh yeah, that's
relatives.
yeah, like fresh.
Oh, Andrea. So we have a question. The lemon rind, is that coming from your grandparents, or was that something you found like more Cuban?
Actually, I had to do some research, and because I was asking a lot of my family members, and we don't add any citrus to it, but it looks like the Cubans tend to add a little bit. You don't taste it though.
Right.
But it was very interesting, and they love the lemon, and you just take it out after the first time it cooks around. But yeah, I had to do some research. I wanted to make it as authentic as I could make it.
But the key is the condensed milk. That's like the major thing that I think that, like, if you have condensed milk, even if you don't have any other thing else, you can like manage to make it. I've definitely done like the busted version where you get like like you order Thai food out, okay? And then you're like, I'm gonna save my carbs. So you just eat the main portion, and then you take your leftover white rice, and then you put a little condensed milk and cinnamon and sugar, and you put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you pretend that you did all the things that you did in your kitchen.
That's the quick version of arroz con leche, rice pudding, right? And Lance, you do something fabulous with yours, right? You were sharing with me about what you do with it to make it like a dessert.
Yes, I mean, I do a lot of things with my rice pudding. And it's funny because I didn't even know, that Cubans put citrus in, but I put lemon in mine, and of course I put blueberries in everything. So I do that. So there's always like something, you know, people can put anything, and like Andrea said, if you have like a great add-in, you know, for your rice pudding or your arroz con leche, you know, put it in the comments, and you know, maybe we'll like all pile into Andrea's kitchen now that we can congregate.
Come on over anytime.
I'm vaccinated and ready, but I
Let's
promise
go.
that I won't do the microwave version if I come to your house. I'll just do whatever you want on the side. I'll be like, just tell me what to do. I'll be like, sure.
You're welcome anytime.
Well, thank you, Andrea. That's exciting. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Jen. We'll see you.
So, Jen, there was a picture that we showed of you with Jake Gyllenhaal, like photobombing when you guys were doing Sunday in the Park with George. And I just saw that picture and I'm like, I'm just going to put it on the show. I have no idea what was going on. Do you remember
That's
that
literally
photo?
what it is. It's a photo bomb.
Oh.
We were like taking our little like girls pick, and Ashley was taking our little girls pick selfie, and Jake photobombed, and it was at Zitz Probe.
Oh wow!
It was at our Zitz Probe on the studio over by the Hudson. What's the name of that studio? And I think
starts with the one with the wood. You have the wood all. Wait, there's two of them. It's something starts with an A. Don't ask me because
all I know is that anytime you record there, you have to act like you're going to walk into the river because that's how long it takes to get there from the train.
Yeah, is that the one where the elevator also takes forever to go upstairs? So
yes,
you might
and there's
as well
only one. There's one elevator.
Yeah.
Your recording studio is on the 6th floor, and it holds 4 people.
Yeah, so you always walk, and then you're winded by the time you're like, okay, I'm here for the Zitz Probe.
Yeah, or if you ever like rehearse there for something else, which I actually did during the pandemic, you just have to tell yourself 30 minutes earlier because you'll never make it. Even with City Bike.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Well, when Sunday in the Park with George, one of the most beautiful scores, and but you did an acoustic version of the title song, and oh my goodness! And I want people to hear a snippet of it. It is so gorgeous if you know this song, but it's like whether you're watching this or you're listening to this as a podcast, you know, and you're on your telephone or whatever in the car or whatever. I just really beg you. You don't have to watch the video because Stephen Sondheim's lyrics, so sublime, and Jen's sort of very simple, sparse singing. This will allow you to be the painter. And just as I tell you,
You're so nice.
No, I'm telling you, just listen to the lyrics, close your eyes, and just as she sang each lyric, imagine yourself as the artist, and you can just dive right in. So here you go, Jen Sanchez singing an acoustic version from her Broadway show, Sunday in the Park with George, for you.
Sunday by the blue, purple, yellow, red water, on the green, purple, yellow, red grass. Let us pass through our perfect park, pausing on a Sunday by the cool blue triangular water, on the soft green elliptical grass. As we pass through arrangements of shadows towards the verticals of trees, forever. Bum 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 bum. people strolling through the trees of a small suburban park on an island in the river. On an ordinary Sunday, and parasols pausing on a Sunday.
Oh my God.
That's
I
the
just-
most beautiful song. It's my favorite song.
I love that song. It's like in your version, and then Billy Porter did a version also as
forget
a
about it.
gospel version.
Yeah.
And I think Michael McElroy might have done the arrangement. And it's like,
Yes.
I don't know what it is about that song. I love like every version, I think, and of course the original, just sort of builds and builds and builds and builds, and then as you can see the painting come into life, the George Seurat painting. I love that version that you did. It was spectacular. And if any of you out there, if you're really enjoying the show and seeing Jen Sanchez and having her share her music with you, please follow us, share, tell them to get on over, because this is for you and it's free. And this is a way that we can bring Broadway direct to you, at least until we can get back into the theaters. And so I implore you to just tell everyone. We want everyone to see this and to experience it. And if they miss it live, it's on the YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want on the YouTube, y'all. But I promise that we talked about a song that you had created, that you wrote to lift up New Yorkers in Broadway. And I promised everyone that I would also share that. And but before we share that, you just tell us, what was the inspiration for you to write Heartbeat?
Oh, well, trust me, at the time I had no inspiration. It was like in the middle of the pandemic, and I was just like, everyone was going through it. And, New York the whole world was hit. So there was this collective, there's so many things. But Sophie reached out to me. She used to run Broadway Buskers, which is like songwriters who write and will sing live in Times Square, like a set of their music. It's just really, it's a really fun time. And so she invited a bunch of people to write songs for the city. And she said, "Hey, Jen, can you write a song? It's going to be this whole thing, and we're gonna present it, and it's going to be, And I said yes. And then the night before the song was due, I was like, I'd had a couple of ideas, but I didn't have a song. And I was like, I can't do it. I have no inspiration. I was like, I have nothing. But then I thought, well, I'll just get up and I'll just go sit at the piano and try. And so I came up with a draft of what became Heartbeat. And she actually, after Heartbeat and after all the songs, which, by the way, it would be my dream for like a bunch of these songs to be made into an album, because the songs that everyone came up with are incredible. Like, I'm talking like some of the most moving, honest, real, amazing, like, and so many different styles and so many different perspectives. Mm-hmm. Hey, trash truck.
I know. Welcome. I'm in New York.
But so, like, these songs were so amazing. But so at the end of it, Sophie actually said that she wanted to help me do a music video. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to my friend Yanira Marin, and you'll notice that Mariana Ramirez was on percussion for Sunday in the Park with the Sunday song. She's also does percussion on Heartbeat.
That is awesome.
So it's the same. It's like, so she's again. I love her. We're actually working together again currently, Mariana. So Yanni Marin picked some beautiful dancers, and we did the music video in Times Square to
And I saw
honor the
Albert.
essential. Yes, Albert. She was like, "Do you know a guy?" And I was like, "Albert." And but the song is intended and was written to honor the essential workers, to honor the working people of New York, to honor the people who showed up to help New Yorkers out when we needed it. The heartbeat, they are the heartbeat of the city.
Absolutely. Well, here is Heartbeat by Jen Sanchez.
She wears a cape, not everyone can see. He ain't got no papers, working in delivery. Conductor on the airline, flying over me. Do you hear the heartbeat? Third generation baker, up before the dawn. Janitor who's hustling for the light is gone. Mama's now a teacher, she just carries on. I can hear the heartbeat. And I can feel this city's life with every breath. It's to the ones who rise, the one who tries even when times are certain to be uncertain. This is not the final curtain. Broadway lights will shine again. It's tu la gente fuerte. We are the ones who will show up when everything is said and done. Fill the glass and raise it to the heart of the city, heart of my city. People in the streets, marching forth who vow to stand up to all of those who have been beaten down, 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 down. We will rise, still we rise. Here's to the ones we've lost, may they remain innocent. Let the lessons learned not be in vain. Fill the glass and raise it to the heart of the city. Here's to the people we're not alone. Together, unidos somos el corazón. Hold me up and I'll hold you in the heart of the city. The heart, the heart, the heart, the heart. Fill a glass and raise it to the heart of the city, heart of my city. El corazón de mi ciudad.
Absolutely
I
gorgeous.
still get emotional just because of and yes,
And a beautiful
in loving
tribute
memory
to
of Doreen.
Doreen,
Yeah,
who
who's a big part of it in the Heights. So everyone go see that.
it's a beautiful movie, and Lynn also got to make a tribute to Doreen, and she got to sing the song in the movie that she introduced in the original. Well,
Para siempre,
yeah.
para
Oh,
siempre.
yes. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And we lost Doreen. She was actually going to come back to Broadway in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep.
But we will remember her through lovely tributes from Len and from Jen Sanchez, which in that song, it truly, it's so gorgeous. I love that song. I've listened to it like 6 times. So if you all are out there, like I said, if you love this, share it with everyone, because, we want to lift everybody up, and get ready, to bring the city back, bring Broadway back, and artists like Jen are out there doing it. And I think Jamie Sepero, I think he did the Broadway buskers as well.
Yes, he did, and he's done a couple, and he did this latest buskers and city songs, and his song is so beautiful. I really hope that he can record that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I used to see him live downtown, and I mean, he's a great artist anyway. That everyone doesn't know yet, but fantastic.
We know. Everybody's about to know.
So Jen, I mean, it's like, this is great to watch on Broadway's Calling and everything, but are you going to perform live anywhere where we can hear some of your music?
Actually, yes. This is actually very, it has been a long time, so I'm so excited. I'm playing this Thursday, July 1st at Little Island.
Little Island, the new floating island. There it is. Yeah.
It's beautiful. We went to visit, and all of the buttresses are shaped like tulips.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of magical. I don't know, like you can feel the energy on it. It's very nice.
Well,
so I'm playing an hour of or more maybe a set of music that I wrote. And that's actually going to be the first time that we're doing Heartbeat live.
Oh my goodness. So this is Thursday night at what time again?
At 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
You go to littleisland.org, and it's free entry. You just have to get a reservation you get a timed entry reservation. Right. We're playing at 9 in the Little Glade. And I'm actually going to do that Sunday as well.
Oh, good.
Just because you're on an island in the river. I was like, you can't not do it.
You have to do that,
So I've actually been practicing that again, and hopefully, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited to perform live.
Well, that's exciting, and the price is right, everybody. It's free.com. So go to littleisland.org, because just to keep, so that everyone has space on the island, they have timed entry, and trust me, you need a reservation. When you go on the website, I found this out the hard way. If they don't have the time available, that means it's sold out. So go right now, and then get your time, and littleisland.org.
Go to the 99-cent store, then go to the Little Island, and it's like, that's a Jen night, and
that's a Jen night.
You're gonna be hooked. You're gonna be hooked up, and you're gonna pay down all that debt. And you're just gonna do it you.
That's what, it's so funny. We do have some comments that I wanted to bring up. Like one person, Michael Roach, had said he knows all about the credit card debt. He had to leave, but I just wanted to do that. But we have some beautiful. But Eileen Graff, and most of you know, she's a Broadway performer. I Love My Wife. Also the mom of Mr. Belvedere, and the mom of Nika Lanzarone Graff, who was in Woman on the Verge with you. So
come on.
I thought, we bring that up. But Eileen, who is also a phenomenal singer, I've directed her before. She's like, I love her voice. She just said, after you saying that, it was just, I had seen it somewhere. I think she wrote Gorgeous. Eileen Graff.
I miss Nika. Give her a hug for me.
I know. Also, Bex Odoricio, who is in The Visitor with me, also said just gorgeous. Andy Skerner said that I forgot to mention one of your biggest roles in Cadaveret 2012. when we were at 54 Below. That was the
Oh my
Halloween. Yeah, that was the Halloween show we did.
How could you have omitted that,
I because it wasn't Broadway, so I didn't want to talk about it. Although I still think that you would be a phenomenal Morticia Addams in the Addams Family. Like somewhere you have to do it. Susan Spector also said your singing was lovely. It just I'm just catching up on these. Helen Sanchez, says you're beautiful.
That's my mother.
That's your mother.
That might be my mother.
That might be your mother. Well,
Mom.
she knows. I love it. So you're talking about Thursday, July 1st, that you're going to do a live show, and people who are in the New York area can check that out. It's free if you go to littleisland.org. But I happen to know that you also are going to be coming back to the theater. Can you talk about that?
Oh, about Williamstown?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, I am?
You're like, what, am I booked?
I was like, wait, what am I doing? This is fun. No, I'm so sorry. When you said that, you like coming back, so I was like, I'm coming back to New York to do theater because I'm actually doing theater in Massachusetts, which is where I am now.
Yeah.
But I'm coming back to New York to do Little Island, and I'm coming back to rehearsal for Massachusetts.
Right.
So we're in rehearsals now. We're at Williamstown Theater Festival, and we're actually going to perform at the Clark.
Outdoors?
Outdoors on this water at the Clark Institute. See the water there? See it?
Mm-hmm.
It's all shiny, and they've built this beautiful stage area for us. And we're doing a show called Row, which is the true story, based on the true story of Tori Murden McClure, who is the first woman to row across the Atlantic Ocean in a rowboat all alone.
Mm-hmm.
And she chose to do this. She chose to get in a rowboat with the goal of rowing across the Atlantic Ocean. Mm-hmm. It's starring Grace McLean, who's remarkable.
Absolutely.
And truly. And it's insane. What this woman did in Concord is pretty incredible. But they've Dawn Landis and Daniel Goldstein wrote the music and lyrics and book and all the things, and it's really beautiful, and it's really a story about it's asked like the deep questions, like why are we here, and like it kind of it's like that pilgrimage, when people make that pilgrimage and go to find answers or go to find healing. And I get to play Cher as Cher.
The Cher.
Yeah, and it's like it's been.
But
really
let's not tell why Cher is even in.
I wouldn't. Never.
They have to come see it. Or I know you can listen to a version of the show on audible.com.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But then if you listen to that, you'll get the spoilers. So if you can't make it out, do that. But if you don't want spoilers and you plan on seeing it at some point, then, but yes, definitely listen to it on Audible. They did a really beautiful Audible.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. But yeah, we open we start previews July 13th. We open July 17th, and we're here through August 15th. And then
so people can take their own pilgrimage to Williamstown Theater Festival to see Row and to see Jen Sanchez if they're up near there, and of course to see you at Little Island. You're adorable. I love your music. I remember when you did like a songwriting retreat years ago. You remember that?
It was the best week of my life.
Yes, and I was like, and you were like, yeah, because I'm gonna be a better songwriter, and and it's like, and it's been proven. It worked, and it's gorgeous, and I really look forward to tons more beautiful music from you.
Well, I just have to thank Craig Cornelia for that, because he and Andrew Lippa. And Lori White, who's actually passed on, they were just the most lovely carriers of this like really vulnerable, special thing of this writing work. It's to date, has been the best week of my life.
Oh, wow. Well, I remember that when you did that, and
I know I remember I took my vacation week.
Yeah, to go do that.
I was like, can I take my vacation week?
It was so worth it. It was so worth it. Well, for those of you who are here, thank you for coming. We do have a little treat at the end, but I just want to say, for those of you who celebrate, I wish you all a happy 4th of July. And I'm actually going to go see my first live performance. And I'm going to see the original Cassie from A Chorus Line, our former guest, Donna McKechnie, and the original Annie, Andrea McArdle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're going to be performing out at the Harry Chapin Theater in East Meadow, Long Island. They were last on Broadway together in Rodgers and Hammerstein State Fair. And this, on 4th of July, and the 3rd of July actually is the show, they'll be celebrating Marvin Hamlisch and Stephen Sondheim. And so, I mean, I am so excited. So on the 4th, we won't have a live show, but I will be taking some little videos of Donna and Andrea for all of you to see. And I promise I will upload it on the YouTube channel at 6 p.m. on 4th of July. And if you're comfortable going out to see live entertainment, like I said, check out Jen on July 1st, Little Island, and our next guest, Mike Wartella, who's going to be playing July 5th at 54 Below. And then Mike, he's going to drop by after his show on the 11th to talk about what it's like to perform live. And Jen is going to have that experience and his new project in the theater. I'm Lance Roberts, as you probably already know because you're watching the show. And I'd like to thank my guest, Miss Jennifer Sanchez, or for those of us who are from Ghost, we all call her Bunny. And if you want to know that story, you'll have to ask me, and I will tell you all about it. And for all of you who celebrate, I also wish you a very happy Pride. So stay safe, stay sane, and before I tell you to keep a little Broadway in your life, Jen, do you have anything to say to your family and friends out there?
Oh, I just want to hug you all, like for a really long time. Like I want to hug everyone, like for so long. So,
I get it.
And I'm hopeful and cautiously optimistic. And most importantly, today we are here, and that's and that's something to be grateful for.
Absolutely. Well,
and I'm grateful to be here with you, Lance. Thank you for having me. This took me down like the best thing. Like sometimes you forget what like anything is or what happened. I was like, oh my gosh, just so many good people and good memories and beautiful things, and that I have so much gratitude for. So thank you for this.
Well, thank you for being here and sharing all of your music. And we look forward to seeing you perform live. And like I said to everyone out there, please keep a little Broadway in your life.
Yeah.